Okay, so that you are ready with your presentation?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Right, okay. So we will start now. Would you start with the proceedings now?
Okay, sir.
All the best, Tanish. Sorry, Siddharth.
Give me through. Uh, can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, I'm able to see.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Yalvendan.
Sir, I cannot hear you, sir.
Are you able to hear me now?
Sir,
Are you able to hear me?
sir, only slow. I cannot hear you, sir, but I can hear you very slow, sir.
No,
The
I
volume
think
is very slow, sir.
no. That's everybody else is listening to my voice properly, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is because of your guest account, Yalvendan. Your guest account has got limited access. Okay, so that
Sir,
is why you are not.
say again, sir.
Your guest account has got limited access. That is why you are not able to hear. Open a proper account.
Okay, sir, I will say to my mom and open.
Yeah, this guest user. When you are joining through guest user, we will see a red mark with your profile, which means you will only have a limited access. But you have to join with a proper email ID in your name or in your mom's name. You see, everybody is in the proper name. Sibi Adityan, Siddharth, Mitra, Taneshwar, Mani, and Sundaresan. Likewise, you need to open with a proper email ID. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay?
Okay, sir, I will.
Yeah, yeah, okay. All right, so Siddharth, your screen is visible. Now you can, Mitra, can you come up for a moment and then you can go back quickly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Siddharth, you can start your presentation. Taneshwar joined and left.
He said he'll be back because his audio isn't working.
We'll wait for him for a moment.
Okay, sir.
All right. Sibi Adityan, are you able to hear us? All right, so Siddharth, you can start.
Okay, sir. Okay. So, hello everyone. Today I will make a presentation about paradoxes. What is a paradox? So, paradoxes are seemingly absurd or contradictory statements that seem to be impossible. Most paradoxes can be called an oxymoron. An oxymoron is a figure of speech which is apparently contradictory terms that appear in conjunctions. A paradox describes an impossibility. So while the description of the paradox can exist, the paradox so described cannot exist, otherwise it would not be a paradox. I hope that is clear. The fact that one can describe impossibilities by plays on words defies the sense of the words. So later on in the presentation, I will show you some paradoxes. But in the background, you can see a kind of paradox that can't be possible in real life. It's a triangle, but if you closely look at the sides, they go into each other and it just doesn't look possible. It's not something from the 3D world. Paradoxes are pretty much things that defy itself. It's like saying, I'm going to go on a diet, so I'm going to start eating a lot of food and a lot of junk food right now, and things like that. What are the origins of the paradox? The word origin of paradox comes from the Latin paradoxon, which in turn came from the Greek paradoxus. It's a combination of ancient Greek words para and dokian. Para is a prefix that means beyond, and while dokian is a verb that means to think. Combined, paradoxes or paradox means beyond thinking, which is accurately defined. Originally, with notions of absurd fantastic, meaning statements that is seemingly self-contradictory yet not illogical or obviously untrue, is from 1560s. Specifically in logic, a statement or proposition from an acceptable premise and following sound reasoning that yet leads to an illogical conclusion by 1903. So, and then in the background, I also have some paradoxes. So, want to sleep, but I have to work. And then the opposite, I want to work, but I have to sleep. Things like that. And then I have two famous paradoxes. Here is one of them. The grandfather paradox. Suppose you built a time machine. You go back in time with your time machine to the period where your grandfather was unmarried, so your father wasn't born. You then kill your grandfather, hence your father was never born, which in turn will conclude that you were never born.